Well, this isn't wild camping, but I'll be honest, it's not far off. We're at the lovely Condor Farm in Dent, and I first camped here with my wife, I think maybe before we were married. Beautiful. It's basically a field with a ladies' toilet in the corner and a wall that the men can go and pee behind. Wendy and Mick had this when we camped before. Sadly, Wendy passed away 5 years ago, but Mick is still here. When Wendy and Mick was here, Mick used to cook a lovely breakfast meal and used to go and sit around their kitchen table and have the meal. But that's no longer, which is very sad. So here is the this is bigger than most campsites I normally camp on, this tent. That's Hannah and Danny's huge 6-man tent. I'm in the school with a bivvy, and Kerry is in my bandicoot. We're all set up. The time is before dinner time, very early. We are going to go and climb Pen-y-ghent. I'll catch you later. Look at the camera eating now.
6 weeks. It's holding on. I'd like 5. Oh, you've not got it on. Rude.
Come here.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were trying to get it.
I was holding your elbow. You've got another one.
Did you practice one?
Ah, did you?
Alright. What are you doing?
Don't work with children and animals. Well, it's a warm one, very humid. But we're just parked up in Horton and Ribblesdale. A little cafe, you probably do know, has closed. It's a pop-up shop at the moment, selling, well, tap really. But there's a little shop on the other side where you can get some refreshments. Not the same as the cafe though. The path is better than I remember. I'm not sure if this is recent, but the whole of that last section has been paved with pieces of slate. I love this climbs up here. It really tells you the sort of the ancient timeline of the area that you're in. Starts off with these limestones, which were laid down, I believe, 340 million years ago. And these are the ones that have got little fossils in them and shells and that kind of thing. And then as you get higher up, to reflect the time changing the environmental conditions, you get an area where this became a river delta, and the river delta laid down different kinds of silts which became the millstone grits, and you can see it really distinctly in all the hills. If you look, as you look round, you can see the change in those conditions. They're often very folded as you go along. Of course, it's the same in the Peak District and the same in the lakes, pretty much. Although quite a lot of the lakes is volcanic.
Sounded like you're spraying deodorant.
getting me balls out.
Because I know how long you want to spend in the pub. It's because I know how long you want to spend in the pub.
What do you mean? Right.
Left. Pen-y-ghent, 694.
Why did you say that?
Last time when I came down these steps, it's amazing the dedication of the people who put these in. Absolutely wonderful, all over the countryside.
Whatever they got paid, it wasn't enough.
No. Volunteers, a lot of them.
I could barely get in it. It's just literally that. Then it goes round to the left, maybe, but
Is that the size of your
a kid to get in there.
bivvy bag, that?
Yeah, you could bivvy in there.
Yeah, it's really narrow.
Take some photos and video it if you can.
Too dark. I've got my flash camera. I'll try.
So here we have Hunt Pot, where a small stream went down this fault in the limestone and eroded it, and that gash there, that was what Wainwright called it, is 61 metres deep. And I ain't going any closer than that.
Sorry guys, I'm being really busy.
So this is where the stream comes over the side and it just disappears into the ground. You can see, I don't know how if it comes across on there, but there's like steam coming out of it, or like mist coming out of it. You can feel a cool draft actually blowing through it. Amazing. So this is Hull Pot. In contrast to Hull Pot, this is a rectangular hole really. 18 metres wide, 18 metres deep, and I think 60 metres long. No less impressive Now the water you can see down there is actually from the river, which normally flows just down there, but it disappears underground a little way off. Now in very wet weather, this actually fills up with rain all the way to top, and in fact it overflows onto the hillside, which is quite amazing. So at the far end of it, just down there, it disappears and it comes out in Horton, as does Hunt Pot. And there is a tale that the river, the water from here actually crosses the water from Hunt Pot underground, and the legend goes that a farmer dropped some sheep's wool that had some blue and some red stain on it into each of the ones, and then noticed where they came out in Horton, and they came out in separate places. And I think it's not this one, it's Hunt Pot. In Hunt Pot you can, if you're a potholer, go down to the bottom and walk all the way to Horton in dry spells. Quite amazing. So the funny thing is, I was stood on there talking lively, like explaining how it was a cave that had been collapsed, and then Danny stood up here and he says to us, "There's nothing underneath where you are now." And we'd all just looked at it there. We're going back this way. We're going back this way.
We're going back that way?
Yeah. So you can see how the cave underneath which had covered the whole of Hull Pot at one point, has collapsed. So unlike Hunt Pot, which was a crevice in the ground which gradually eroded, this has been a cave that's got bigger and bigger and bigger until the point that it collapsed. Bit like, you know, Winnett's Pass possibly had done. I am definitely glad I came to see this today. Quite incredible. And then this is the river. So this is quite a big river that just comes along here and disappears. You can clearly see where the river goes over the edge there. And on this one, where it reappears, I don't know how well you can see, but that's where the river's coming out there. It just literally hits the ground and disappears again. So we can just see a little glimpse of the water. And bear in mind, this is a drought time, so there isn't very much water. Beautiful little building, just by the side of the track. Seems to be a bit more than just a sheep hut, this, because it's got an upper floor. I know they used to store food there, but there's two decent sized doors there. Might be in a residence. So we're all set up, which we were before we went for the walk. This is Kerry's going to be in my Bandicoot. Absolute solid tent. I mean, we've not even put the side guys out. That's not going to go anywhere. I'm in my school under a quick tarp at the end. I don't really need the tarp. Got some incense burning because we're a bit midgified. And then Hannah is in this 6-person Euro Hike Senduro 6. She got mixed up on when she saw it, but I'm pretty certain she got this from Go Outdoors in York when it first opened, and I'm sure this was about 200 quid, which for a tent this size is just incredible. I mean, look how high it is. You can stand up in there. In fact, you can stand up and struggle to reach the ceiling. There's a massive bed space and then a huge porch area on it. I mean, the porch area, well, we said we could put the Bandicoot and the school inside there, and you wouldn't notice them. So I think it's 8 o'clock. got about half an hour before sun goes down, sunset, and then probably about an hour before it's dark. But I'm about to, my bivvy's all set up inside, or it's not set up actually, it's just everything's dumped in it. So I just need a little bit of an organise, and I'm going to get my head down, I think. Yes, I'll probably speak in the morning. I don't know. It's pretty much 100% cloud today or tonight. I reckon you could probably say there's maybe 10% blue sky. So there's going to be no astrophotography, I don't think. But I'm all set just in case it is. We shall see how we go on. See you in the morning. Morning! Oh, that was a good night's sleep. 14 degrees in the night, that's ridiculous. And I don't think there's any condensation on the inside of my tarp anyway, and definitely not in my bivvy. I would say that was a high condensation night. What's the bandicoot like inside?
Really good, yeah.
Is it damp?
No, it's not damp at all.
Bandicoots, I think, is the same. Hannah's massive Eurohike has got quite a bit of moisture in the inside, and there's only been 2 of them in a 6-person sort of volume of a tent, so that's probably, you know, where the kind of fabric it's been used that's obviously not good with condensation. Right, we're not doing anything special this morning, we're just going to pack up sharpish and get off, so I won't be filming anything else. I had a really funny event in the night. At some point in the night I had the top of the bivvy open, so it was just open to the sky, and I was fast asleep, and I was rudely awakened by somebody slapping my face, and I sort of woke myself up and looked round, and there was a group of teenagers running all over the campsite, pulling tent pegs out and causing chaos. Everybody was up, and it took me, it was very, very, very realistic. It took me quite a while to realise it was just a completely dream, and it wasn't happening at all. And for quite a while afterwards I was thinking, well, that was so realistic, what are we going to do about that in the morning? It was really funny. First time, I don't normally have dreams like that, but very funny. Yeah, so just been a quick proper camp on this wild camping site. Very strange. Lovely. Do you know, I don't think this campsite in this form will exist much longer. Mick is certainly getting on in years. And it's not changed, it's just the same, apart from Wendy isn't here now. Probably the grass is usually cut a bit shorter, but he might be leaving that because of it's so dry. But apart from that, it's just the same. So yeah, but he must be in his 80s now, bless him. I've heard that his son's living here. Whether or not his son continues it like this. Condor Farm will still be here. Condor Farm has been here for hundreds of years. It's on the OS maps from 1880, so a long time before that it would have been here as a farm, and you can tell from the building it's a 16th century building. Right, so thank you so much for watching. I think I'm back out with the brothers next week in the Peak District. Don't know where we're going to go just yet. So I shall see you then. Cheers.